everybody's family had to send somebody up to perform.
You know she has a Grammy, right?
Two.
Oh!
Woo! Drop the napkin.
I really didn't think I could live up to playing Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yeah, that was tough. Hard role.
Well, man.
We were looking for Lou
Big
Diamond
shoes to
Phillips
fill.
type.
Do you know how bad that story is to say that I worked at a motel and that you were checking into one?
Yeah, I'm not sure who's
Like,
worse.
we're gonna learn about it. We're gonna laugh about it. Then we're gonna learn. All right, and I'm also running for office. Hey everyone, this is Joe Coy and welcome to Entertainment Weekly's Around the Table with the cast and creators of Easter Sunday.
Joseph, are you coming for Easter?
I don't know, Mom. I'm really busy. I just tested for this pilot.
You're going to be a pilot?
A network pilot for like a TV show.
Ah, you're playing a pilot on the TV show.
No, a lawyer.
You could have been a lawyer if you only applied yourself.
When I pitched this movie to Dan Lin, we had like a verbal idea of what we were gonna do moving forward, but after my special dropped on Netflix, that's when Spielberg called me in, and asked me to pitch a movie. I pitched Easter Sunday, and after that, it was a fairy tale after that. Everything just went bionic speed. It went, it was lightning speed when Spielberg got on the project, and it's been a beautiful journey ever since.
Yeah, from the pitch to the day we started shooting, I've never seen a movie made this fast. Because so often with scripts, with green lighting, with this and that, all the back end, it takes years, right? This took maybe 6 months from the ideation to the script to the shoot date. It was just incredible, and that just shows how much people believed in this project, Spielberg and his passion and everyone's passion surrounding it.
It was nuts going in. I always tell this story, but when I went in to Amblin thinking it was a general, you know, being in this business, 30 years and not hearing, calls on anything that I was talking about, you know what I mean? And then walking into Amblin and like every other person's like, Steven loves your work, Steven thinks the dust, Steven, and I'm thinking Steven from accounting. There's no way it could be Steven Spielberg, and it was him. And literally it was like, from there it was like, we want to make a movie. What do you got? And from that point to where we're at right now happened that fast. It's incredible.
I really didn't think I could live up to playing Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yeah, that was tough. Hard role.
Well, man.
We were looking for
Big
Lou Diamond
shoes to
Phillips
fill.
type.
I know.
We didn't think we're actually gonna get,
Yeah, well, that's the joke.
We looked at other actors.
Yeah, he took my part. He took my part.
Originally titled Lou Cubic Zirconium because they didn't think they could get the real deal. So, I brought more facets to it. Thank you.
Lou is incredible. I whatever Lou does, I just watch him. Like that's how it was on the set. Like when that garage door opened, I was like, I think Jay even felt the same way, right? When that garage door opened, we were all like, that was Jay's idea, by the way. That whole reveal with that.
Jay,
was so
I
cool.
was disappointed because I thought there'd be more dry ice, backlight, and Beethoven's Ode to Joy.
Oh my goodness.
It's disappointing.
I mean, I grew up watching Lou in those Young Guns movies and of course La Bamba, but so, I so very much wanted it to work. And, you would never really see a sense of humor in those earlier movies. And so it was exciting to see him come in at like the fast rhythm that you have to be to sort of work in this movie, which is like high speed. And he was willing to do sort of ridiculous sort of monologues about being on a horse in the desert, playing in Young Guns, and I thought that was just a fun
so much
Sunday.
fun. Little father and son road trip. It's gonna be fun. Easter Sunday is like the Filipino Super Bowl.
There he is! There's my kuya!
Welcome home, bro. See you tonight, okay?
I just got here!
You got to follow your dream and become a beer spokesman.
That was my dream.
Let's get the party started, baby!
And I got to follow mom's dream and become a nurse.
40 years later, I've played Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, Thai, everything under the sun, including the silent Asian girl in the corner that looks lovingly at her white boyfriend and says nothing.
Yeah. I've had that role.
You took my role in that one. It's been a long road to get to where we are, to be front and center, and it took Joe and Steven Spielberg and Dan Lin and Jimmy and Jay to get this in front of everybody. It's like the might of everybody pulling together so that our story could be front and center on 3,500 screens.
3,200,
Isn't
yeah.
that crazy? That's
Theatrical release
incredible.
only. I think that's beautiful.
Release.
I tried way back in the day. I wrote a film called Ambition, where I wrote myself as a Filipino American. So it's something that I've been trying to do for a while. On Prodigal Son, the pandemic shut down a few episodes where we were going to reveal that my character Gil Arroyo was actually part Filipino. So this is a card I've been trying to play for a long time, and I had actually asked for that name change. And Tia and I went to the Philippines after having supported the war veterans, the Filipino war veterans of World War II to get their benefits back. And we were awarded some really nice honors from then President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, and that's where I took that name. So I've been trying to do the shout outs all along, but this is the first time, and it took somebody as charming as Joe Coy to put it all together into something that could be specific to bring this voice to the table, as it were, and so there is. It's been a long road, but it's incredibly gratifying to be sitting here today.
But on top of what he just said about him saying, I've been always shouting out, like you indirectly have always been shouting out, and especially Tia. Like if it wasn't for Lou and Tia doing what they did back in the, days when it was just so f***ing racist, right? And so like the roles that they had to go out for and the things that they had to achieve and the boundaries that were in front of them, like they opened the doors for us. Like I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing if it wasn't for these two. So and my guy right here and her and Jay, like they went through the shit. So like we cried. There was times where we cried and hugged, but I'm telling you, like as a kid that was struggling with his own identity, being half Filipino, half white, and broken home, and I'm just trying to find something that represents me or looks like me or talks like me, to see something come on the big screen and I'm looking at it going, hey man, one of those young guns is in my family. You know what I mean? There was no Wikipedia, there was no Google. I had to wait till the end credits and it said Lou Diamond Phillips. I'm like, ooh, that sounds mixed. The dad's gotta be something. And then with her, when she came out and I'm looking at her, like she looks like my cousin. Like what is that? I don't know what that accent is, but she looks like my cousin. And then we go to and then once again, as a kid, I'm not even watching the movie anymore. I'm not even enjoying it like that. I'm enjoying it because I can't wait to get the credits to see who this woman was. And when it said Tia Carrere, I was like, she's Filipino. And like I said, we couldn't go to Google. We couldn't research it like that. I had to literally buy magazines and watch interviews and see her say what she was. And that inspired me and that motivated me to go forward. You know what I mean? So what they did helped me get to where I'm at. And now with this movie is, it's a better version of that. Now kids can come to this movie and be heavily inspired and influenced and motivated because they're going to see them actually being them on the screen.
And embrace that.
Embrace that because, wow, this one crushed it, by the way. I mean, we can all say that. Lydia was, wow.
Thanks, Joe.
Family is a mess.
We're counting on you to fix it. Bye!
Ladies and gentlemen, we're all we got. So let's get the party started, baby!
I just played all the hard Filipino moms I've known, namely myself.
That's a true story. That's a true story.
The first take of every scene she would do one really friendly and smiley, and I'm like, okay, good, we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
Now it's time to do the mean takes, because that's what's going in the movie.
Like that was the cool thing about Jay. Like Jay would see it, right? He would see the first take, and then he would say something to Lydia, and I swear to God, Lydia would just go to the corner, right, and then come right back out swinging, and we were all just like, holy shit, that was good. And then it made us step up.
Someone had to give me permission to really bad.
You were just being polite.
Yeah.
Like, I'm holding back my power.
I cried. There was a scene where I cried when they fought in front of the Black Lion box. I started tearing up when he said cut. I wasn't facing the camera, my back was turned, and I was like, oh my God, dude, that was a real fight. Like that, I've seen that fight. Yeah. Like, so it just really hit home. But anyway, I don't want to step on YouTube.
Should I tell him how I first met you?
Oh God.
He's working behind the front desk of a motel in Las Vegas.
It's not a motel, man.
He was selling
I've told
his
you this
body
a million times.
and-
First of all, do you know how bad that story is to say that I worked at a motel and that you were checking into one?
Yeah, I'm not sure who's worse.
It was a 5-star hotel.
I was doing
it was
a
called
TV
Alexis
pilot
Park.
there.
It's still there. I was behind the front desk. She checked in, and like I said, like she was my inspiration. I was doing stand-up, and I just looked at her. I was like, oh my God, I love your work. I do stand-up comedy, and she was so sweet. And she goes, are you ever in LA? And I told her, like, yeah, sometimes I do like the open mics out there. She goes, well, let me know next time, and I'll come and see you. And by, back then, yeah, and but that she was awesome on the screen, and then she was also like, You know, when they say never meet your heroes, like I met her and she was better than what she was on screen. Yeah, it's just a great moment. And I always say that it's not a celebration for Filipinos, it's a celebration for everyone. Like this door is open. And it wasn't just Filipino, like Jimmy O Yang was incredible. Like what he did for us was awesome. Like what he's doing for his community, what Jay's doing for his community, like this is all of us. And then there's other stories that need to be told. And we're showing everybody that we are relatable. Like we want to hear your family story and we're all gonna walk away going, yeah, we're all the same. Funny is funny.
Yeah, I just remember back in the day, I was watching some documentary, and it was very disturbing to me that we were represented, Asian people, and it didn't necessarily say Filipino. 1% of the faces in entertainment magazines were Asian. And this is when most of America looks like us at the table, and 1% of the photos and stories in those magazines contain stories about us. And so to see it shifting to finally include everybody at the table, literally and figuratively, is very gratifying. But it's not so long ago that I heard, we're not thinking of going ethnic with that role. You gave a great reading, you're an amazing actress, but you're too exotic for this role. That was like the day before yesterday that I heard that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So not that long ago.
Not that long ago, me and Jimmy would play rooms, right here in Hollywood. You know, the theme nights, and we would have to play rooms like Asian Invasion,
Slanted comedy.
Lumpia.
What?
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah. There's all kinds of stuff like that.
But
that's how we need to get in. That's how we got stage time in the beginning.
Wow, that's brutal.
Yeah. So that's how fresh it is, and that's how new it is.
I've literally never seen this many Filipinos in the same place before.
We're sending gifts to our family in the Philippines.
I'm sending this brand new hair dryer.
If it makes your hair look like that, I wouldn't send it.
How dare you?
How dare you?
We should put them both in the box and ship it.
I shared this with Jay. It's like, yeah, I want to be specific because that's our story, right? So, but I also want to be relatable, and that's the family aspect. But you got to learn about us, right? Like when I watched Talladega Nights and I heard him go, I want to pray to baby Jesus. I was like, we pray to baby Jesus. And I want to put that in there. Like that's Santo Nino as stereotypical as that would be, right? To have a Santo Nino in a Filipino situation, Filipino family situation. My Santo Nino is 51 years old. It's the same age as me. And it's still in my mom's hallway. And that's something that you should learn about other people. You know what I mean? You may not be able to relate to it, but it's cool to understand that, hey, that's what Filipinos do, or that's what they practice. But not only that, they're just like us. So that, yeah, I want to show our food, and I wanted to show like the balakbayan box, and I wanted to show the Santo Nino. And then this guy was able to just do it in a way where you can laugh, but not laugh at it, laugh with it.
I mean, I said to Joe, like, you're one of the, you're the biggest ticket-selling comic in show business, and I've made a couple comedy movies, and I said, we got to make a movie that works for our fans, that is a funny movie. And so we structured it so that it would be a fully entertaining, funny movie. And then we kind of went through it and put in, some very specific details about Filipino, food and the balakbayan box and that's baby Jesus and just sort of weaved it into this movie that we were pretty sure was going to work from a story perspective.
Somebody asked me earlier, said, what did you think of, having an Indian American director? I said, well, I think he was more representing the comedic community at that point. You know what I'm saying? It's all about a man who's going to bring the funny, and that was his, his mission in this, and so and he did. And and allowed me to be funny because I'm usually the brooding ethnic.
This is like my 33rd year in stand-up, right? And the one thing that I always heard, especially from the networks or the powers that be, when they hear my stories, it's too specific, or oh, Middle America is not going to really get it. It's like, I don't understand that note because my ticket counts don't match your note, and I'm in the areas that you're talking about that won't get it, and that's where I'm selling out the most. So it's not making sense. It's like a lazy excuse, right? When you turn on the TV right now, right, like the majority of the room, whatever the majority is, right? I don't want to be specific, but we know. You turn on the TV at any given time, switch the channel, and you're going to see a specific story about that demo, the demo that controls Hollywood, right? No one's saying anything about, are you going to make another movie about that? Are you going to make another movie about that? There's millions of those movies made. But the minute you get specific about something like us, then it's like, oh God, you're doing that again? No one's going to get it. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, look at this room. Look around right now. This is America, right? Like, look at it. This is exactly the demo. There's white, there's black, there's Asians. There's every single color is in here, in this hotel. But yet, when we present it on the screen, all of a sudden we have to separate. It doesn't make sense. We all get it. Yes, the movie is specific, right? Yeah, it's a Filipino family, but it's a Filipino family that lives in America. So they're just a family. It's a family you know. We're gonna learn about it. We're gonna laugh about it. And then we're gonna learn. All right, and I'm also running for office. My mom is at war with my Tita Theresa, and they don't even know why. Did you really have to wear the same dress as my mom?
Oh, I can't help it if I wear it better. This is war. Oops.
This is my first time kind of taking behind, going behind the audition and seeing everything. I was just so impressed and completely blown away by how many great Filipino actors we have that on all the audition tapes we saw. Like, it's like I wanted to call someone and be like, hey man, you're great. I'm sorry we couldn't hire you for this, but you're awesome. And then so often you hear people is like, oh, we audition everyone that's Filipino. We audition everyone that's Chinese. We couldn't find anyone, so like we end up going with somebody. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I saw so much talent in those tapes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, like can we hire everyone?
Yeah,
you know?
that's true.
Yeah.
It was a lot. And from all over the world, huh, Jay? We had people from Australia. We had all
people in
kinds.
Australia. I mean, it felt like a lot of funny actors who hadn't gotten a chance to do this yet.
Yep.
Behind the people we chose, we had other good actors too, except for you. You were the only one.
Yeah, Lydia's the only one.
She is, yeah. Actually, the rivalry that we had on set was real because I auditioned for her part, but she was better, so I had to accept that. But I slowly worked it through on set, and after we got into a few fights, I got it out of my system. I was like, that's all right, we're good.
T was
I'm
going to be
teasing,
in
I'm
this
teasing.
movie no matter what. That's it.
Teasing.
I assumed that I was not going to get the part because I know who's out there. Everyone's talented.
You're perfect. You're perfect. Like you're the heart and soul, and you ground like this crazy. That's what drives him crazy. It couldn't be somebody that was like crazy. Like you're like grounded and strong. You're perfect. You're amazing.
Thanks. Thank
And
you.
it's okay that I didn't get it.
Stop it.
Right,
Tia
though.
crushed it.
I'm okay. I'm gonna eat mango now. It'll make me happy again.
For the other supporting characters, right, Jay? We just wanted them to just be whoever. Like, we're not going to give a description or an ethnicity. Just be whoever. Like Asif Ali. Just be that guy.
Yeah.
Be Asif Ali, and he crushed it.
Yeah,
like he's the villain in the movie, and he's a beast, and he was just himself, the same guy you see on stage. We didn't make him change it. I wanted Jimmy's character to just be Jimmy, whatever Jimmy was gonna do. Like, I love it when Jimmy is like this dude. Like when I hang out with Jimmy, it's the funniest you'll ever. He's funny. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of money and he steals. He steals. He's stolen from me. He steals from his girlfriend, and he thinks it's funny, and it's not. He's stolen pillows from me with my name on it, and that's
I stole a
fun.
couple ketchup bottles at this hotel.
Ketchup
They
bottles?
got gourmet ketchup here. It's very nice. Yeah.
Buckle up.
Filipino families fight a lot,
Make sure you're not late for dinner.
but we love a lot too.
Your cousin Eugene owes me a lot of money. Could you lend it to me?
No!
Elena Watko played that sister role, and we
She's
were
a beast.
lucky because
She's
in
great.
the karaoke scene, she also was the runner-up for Canada's Got Talent. So she could really sing and dance. It was pretty impressive.
That was a great scene. That reminded me of my house. It's just like that's what happens at the Christmas parties and Easter and Thanksgiving. Anything that has a get-together, someone's got that microphone for at least 2 hours.
Yeah, every banquet that we had at my auntie's house, we would have food and we'd have singing. Everybody, it was like a little, like an amateur, talent show. Everybody's family had to send somebody up to perform.
You know she has a Grammy, right?
Two.
Oh!
Drop the napkin.
And I have another one that's up for this year for Best Global Performance.
Wow.
I sing Filipino, I sing Tagalog in this song, and I do tinikling in the video.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me do it in the movie. though.
No, that didn't.
I like
Stop it.
tinikling. It's like big, long bamboo poles, and you go clack,
Two of them.
clack, 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 and then you have to hop in
Da, da,
between
da,
them.
da,
with-
da,
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 da.
da, da. My parents were Filipino dancers. That's how they met in a Filipino dance troupe. So I love tinikling. As long as you don't get your ankles clacked in between
Yeah.
the two bamboo poles, it's very painful.
And that was the Filipino training me and Jay was forced to go through before the movie started. Broken a couple ankles.
It's literally
With no music, we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
clanked it every time.
It's like double Dutch, you know.
Lumpia, of course, that's like one of the most famous Filipino
Yeah.
dishes. And my dad and Joe's mom has a
You're gonna
challenge
lose,
that
bro.
we've been talking about for years. It's the Chinese egg roll versus lumpia challenge.
Nice.
That we gotta get that going.
That's a throwdown.
Yeah, for real.
I was on Iron Chef. Can I judge?
Yeah.
One of the judges.
Jimmy has been threatening me that Chinese egg rolls are better than lumpia.
I did not say. Hey, hold on.
And this has been going on for almost 4 years, 5 years.
I'm just saying it should be an experiment. There should be a blind taste test. That's all. I'm
You're
not
gonna
challenging.
lose.
I'm not saying, I'm not.
Let's put the samosa in there against that too.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Battle.
Joe?
Vanessa.
Yeah, Joe Valencia. You still driving that same raggedy ass car? What happened? You just gave up, huh? And this your dad? You know, me and him used to be real intimate back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could have been your mama. But clearly I'm not.
Yeah, that's one of my closest friends. We started, at the Laugh Factory, and I've known her since she was like 18, I think, 17, 18. And I used to bring my son. I used to work at Nordstrom Rack, and sometimes when his mom had to, when she was going out with friends, I would take my son to the Laugh Factory, and Tiffany would watch my son while I was on stage. So that was kind of cool. So we've always been that close. You know what I mean? So be good to your friends.
Coming up.
Be for good on the come up. Be a real person, okay? And yeah, so she's got my back and I got hers. And like, let me tell you what she did, by the way, because all of us had to quarantine for 2 weeks. She had a movie with Nicolas Cage that was in the same month. So we could have got her longer, and the only reason why she's in the movie for the amount of time that she's in is she had to quarantine for 2 weeks. So she only had like 3 extra days before she had to go to Budapest. During those 3 days, she had to take diving tests for her scuba license because she was also doing Shark Week. So she did all of that in 3 days. Wow. So that's the kind of hustle and that's the kind of love Tiffany has. So I'll always have hers, and she always has mine. She blessed that movie. She was so good.
She was hilarious.
Yeah.
It just shows you the joy and the, how much we all love Joe. Whenever Joe called any of us, we're there. It doesn't matter how busy we try to make it work out. And I think this movie shows that joy, and people can just experience like a little bit of what it's like to be in a room with Joe and his family, and that warmth, that joy. I think people are gonna love that when they watch this movie and tell their friends about it.
What a good gig I had, right? All I had to do is just read my lines and let these pros do all the work. Like, they knocked it out of the park. I was so blessed to have all of these. It was such a blessing. And then and let's not forget the other ones, Eva and Joey and oh my God, Rodney Toe.
Amazing.
And Eugene Cordero.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them were like angels for me. Like, if I didn't know how to do a line, I would look at Lydia, and Lydia would tell me what she was doing, and I would react off of Lydia's ad-libs. This one, anything she did was incredible. This one, I got to kiss his finger, and he let me. Jimmy was the first scene I shot.
That was the first
day. The whole movie, the first day was with Jimmy, and it was just like, it was like this, because it was like, he made it like I was just a conversation, and just like, man, it was just incredible. And then of course the king himself, Jay. I mean, he had every single hat, and it was like unfazed, man. He could do it with like zen. Like, you were incredible, dude. You made a hell of a movie. Thank you.
Does he have a death wish? Deluxe is legit crazy. I once saw him shoot someone in the dick.
What? Right in the actual hole.
In the hole.
Here we go, we gotta rock.
Where is my money?
Here are my ATM cards. My PIN number is 1217.
Oh, so is mine. No, ours,
Mine too. Mine too. Yeah.
Why do you all have the same PIN number?
It's Manny Pacquiao's birthday.
Oh, right. The guy who couldn't beat Mayweather.
Every Filipino, please go and see it so we can do part 2 in Manila.
Yeah.
You're gonna go see it, you guys.
Everyone
go
should go see it because it's a universal
I'm dignified to ask
story.
for what we want. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're gonna go, because if you don't go,
Twice.
I don't like you
3
anymore.
times.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching Around the Table with the cast and creators of Easter Sunday. Check out the movie in theaters right now, August 5th.